So hey what's guys, Box here and welcome back to our F1 2018 career mode. So here we are then for episode number 13. We are here for Belgium, which is the round which has just last happened in the F1 season if I upload this on schedule. But anyway, taking a look at the driver standings, we had a bit of a poor race last time out. We did pick up some points but not many, so that allowed Verstappen to get back ahead of us. So let's get into the next round, which will be Spa. So here we are then in the workstation.
And they think your attitude and results might be a good fit for their team. We can talk to them at our next contract review if you're interested. Let's see what kind of offer they can put on the table.
So Emma's just saying that Force India are interested. There's not really what I want to be going, to be honest, in terms of, well, where even is our
as you know, your most important rival is generally your team. And frankly,
reputation.
you look like you're second best at the moment.
I wish Emma would just shut up. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is get to the R&D tree. So just take a look at the R&D tree. We did have a new development part on the powertrain and it's gone straight through. So look at that. Throughout the course of the season, we've given McLaren the third best engine. We're ahead of Force India, just behind Mercedes and Ferrari. So we need to keep upgrading this engine, to be honest. I mean, we could go for engine power. We could go for energy recovery, or we could go for fuel consumption, which is probably what we need, to be honest. Get down here to a bit more fuel consumption. So we've got these paths. I'm going to go for fuel consumption, definitely, so we develop that part. And we haven't got many more resource points, but we do have this upgrade coming for front downforce at the next round, which is good. Any over here? No, we didn't do any over here. Still haven't done any of these durability parts, but everything seems to be working okay. This has been surprisingly smooth sailing so far. But anyway, let's get into the first practice session. Right then, so what I'm going to do with car setup, I'm going to go in for this increased top speed one, which should give us a little bit more aero as well, which should be okay. What I'm going to do, get into track acclimatization, do the usual few programs, and then we'll get into qualifying. We did manage to complete that program successfully. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's quite an easy one to do. So now let's start looking into our pace, because we were, if we take a look at that lap, we were miles off the pace on that lap. We were on the medium tyres, of course, but saying that, so was our teammate. Lots of time to be made up, so we can improve massively on that. So let's get into some fuel management. Coming around the final corner then and across the line. We're struggling with the fuel saving, but we've managed to hit the pace, so I would take that. The fuel saving is a bit difficult around here. I mean, it's a very high speed circuit, so it's quite fuel intensive. So if we can improve on our fuel consumption upgrades, obviously we did have that major upgrade on the engine which will affect our fuel consumption. So if we can bring down our fuel consumption, that'll be a lot better. So hang on, let's take a look at the leaderboard. How far off are we now? We are about a second off of Fernando's time, although we're on the soft tyres, so I'm a bit concerned about our pace here today. Okay, let's get in the qualifying pace and see if we can set. In fact, I'll do what am I doing? Right, tyre compound, soft. Yeah, we'll go for soft so we can compare our fastest time compared to Fernando's. So let's get into it. So here we go then, we're going to be coming around to start our first flying lap. I'm on the soft tyres, of course, so we can set a more representative lap time in terms of pace and practice. So let's get into it. So we're coming to the end of this lap, and as you'll see in the bottom right, our ERS is offline for some reason. We must have run out of battery or something, so we've lost about half a second on what we could have got, but I'm confident we've got the pace, so our battery is back online now. So I'm just going to get straight into qualifying now, because that program pretty much ruined by the fact we ran out of battery, but, well, not run out, but it's just sort of died. So I'm just going to go ahead with tyre, and we'll head into the qualifying. So looking at the standings then for the end of that session, you can see we were on par with Valtteri Bottas, only 3/10 off of Kimi Räikkönen and Lewis Hamilton. So this is going to be very close. We are now, I could confidently say, McLaren are now a front-running team. So I wonder how we compare to Red Bull overall in development. I didn't really look at that. I wonder if we jumped ahead of them. So we are looking pretty quick, McLaren are, and I'm really pleased with the development we've had. So maybe we can challenge for some more podiums and wins towards the end of this season. So take a look at the rep then. As you can see, Force India have the best reputation with us. But that's not where I want to go. I don't want to go backwards in terms of teams. I think our way forward for next season would be Red Bull or Ferrari or Mercedes, one of the top 3 teams. Or alternatively, we could stay McLaren, although I don't really fancy that. I sort of want to move around a bit, experience the teams. So let's get into qualifying then and see how we can do. So here we are in qualifying then. We're going to go out on track. Part firming regulations, okay with that. But then we're going to go out for a flying lap. So this is going to be our first flying lap. It's a very long lap around here at Spa. So we need to get it right. We're only going to get probably 2 runs. And we won't have enough battery to do back-to-back laps. So we're going to have to do this lap, come back in, go for the next lap. So that could be pretty confusing. So I'm going to turn this to deployment right down because we use a lot over the course of the lap. So let's see how we can do. I'm confident we can get a top 5 finish today, so let's see if we can do it. So we've run out of deployment again. What is going on with the battery down here? We must have an issue or something, but it's going to cost us a lot of time, whatever it is. So coming across the line then, you can see we've got this problem, whatever it is, I'm not sure, but we had it in practice, and it's returned, and it has cost us a lot of time. It's cost us 0.7 of a second in that final sector. That's really annoying. So if we return to garage, you'll see that we were quickest through the middle. I think we were pretty quick through the first, and then through the final sector, if we take a look, it should be about 0.7 down, which is not what we need. So yeah, you can see we've got the fastest middle sector. We're on point in the first sector, although Bottas has a monster first sector. But then the final sector, we were about 0.7 off, and that's because of our ERS deployment. I'm not sure what on earth happened there. So if we take a look at the power unit, is there any parts which it could be? I mean, there's this MGUK, which seems fine. MGUH is fine. Energy store, 20%, which is fine. The turbo is fine. The control electronics is fine, and the internal combustion engine is fine. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we'll have to manage the ERS a little bit better around the course of the lap. So let's switch tyres and we'll head out for a second room. So on this lap, I am right down on the time, so I'm going to just cruise it back. Get out of the way of Hulkenberg. I'm just going to cruise it back because we were 0.6 off through the first and middle sector. What is Hulkenberg doing? So yeah, that's pretty disappointing. So we're going to go again on the next lap. Going to charge up our battery, make sure we got enough fuel, and then we can get going again. I might see if I can follow Hulkenberg at least to chase him down, see what he does. I don't want to get too close, obviously, because we could lose some time, and we're getting his dirty air, so we'll let him go a little bit more. But yeah, let's go again and see what we can do. So yeah, this might have just happened. Coming up at the top of Eau Rouge, we get on the curb and oh my god, into the wall. Oh, I'm really pissed off about that because we had a good run and we were up on our time, at least matching it, but we just got caught on the curb coming up Eau Rouge and it slipped us off, so that's us out of qualifying. We'll have to see how we do. Obviously, we had that ERS problem in the final sector, which has cost us time, about 0.7 of a second, I reckon. So we could have been 44.3, which probably would have been 6th place. So nonetheless, let's forget about it and head into the next session. Right then, so you can see we're in a lonely P10. Well, not a lonely P10, we're right in the middle of the grid. So I'm going to edit my strategy. I'm going to come in a lap. Oh, that could be risky. Maybe lap 4 then. No, lap 3 will come in. We'll stick to what they got. So we'll come in lap 3, put on some soft tyres, and then should be able to go to the end. So let's see what we can do here. Right then, here we are on the grid. So let's see what we're able to do here in today's race. It's getting lots of wheel spin off of the line, and we got swamped coming into turn number 1, and we're dropping down, and I've been hit at the rear. Who was that hit us there? Romain Grosjean hit us, and we're right at the back of the grid. So we've had a similar start to Fernando Alonso had at the start of this year's Spa race, and obviously without the crashing out. So we've got hit from behind, which has dropped us all the way to P17. That is really, really annoying. So we're going to have to try and catch back up. I think one way to catch up would be to undercut maybe. So we'll have to see if it's something we could consider doing for today's race. I mean, if we take a look at the tyre wear, already quite worn on the tyres. So, you know what, I might come in for the undercut. Sort of been forced our hand here as we're coming up the inside of Leclerc. I did not expect to do that. We're all braking early, so I had to go for the opportunity there. And struggling. Look how far out wide we're getting there. Look at us getting a bit of a run onto the back of Ericsson. I'm going to stick it into Rich, see if it can help us get the move done. Coming up the inside. Job done. Now we're lining up Gasly there in the Toro Rosso. These guys are going pretty slow. We've got to clear them as quickly as possible in order to catch up to the front runners, because I don't want to start losing ground in the championship after all this effort we've put in so far. Almost hitting that wall there, and now we've got Ericsson coming at us. We're going to get stuck in these lower end battles again, which is exactly what happened last time out in the previous Grand Prix. Coming up the inside, come on, yeah, he backs out of that one. Can we make a move up the inside? I don't know, we're going to go for it though. Oh! So we've been using our ERS too much around the lap. That's what the issue is that we're having. So that's the problem. Too much deployment over the course of the lap. So it's cut it out. I didn't even know that was a rule or anything, to be fair. So we're going to have to watch that. So we're going to have to save it all for these straights. But here comes Gasly. He's not going to try it up a roof, surely. Please don't try it. He's going to try it. He's not going to get the room. He had to back out of that one there. There's just no grip as the aero just completely gives up going up the hill. Such a weird sensation. But let's see if we can catch up to Ocon in the Force India ahead. And I'm going to be coming to the pits at the end of this lap, actually. So I need to remember to do that. We want to get that undercut done and hopefully make up some ground and clear these slower cars. And we might struggle at the end for tyres, but I'd rather have that than struggle to get past these guys. Although everyone's starting to queue up a little bit there. Well, it looks like it on the minimap. I don't think it is, to be fair. So look at us gaining on Ocon through there. Oh, we've got a new strategy. Lap 2, I agree. Coming at the inside there. That was way too aggressive on Ocon. Oh, side by side still side by side. The AI aren't afraid to battle on this game, which is lovely. Come at the inside then and get the job done. So whack it into ERS mode. So that's what that little white line is then. It's the amount of deployment we're allowed to use over the course of the lap. I'm so stupid thinking I got an ERS fault. What an idiot. At least I know that. You guys have probably been commenting already in this video saying that. But got just enough to get us back to the pits. Saying that, I almost forgot to brake there. So let's get ourselves into the pits. And we're going to come in for some brand new soft tyres, which should take us to the end of this race. So we're out the pits now. I'm going to use some of the ERS deployment. But as you predicted, we were out in last place, as you might have guessed. But I'm going to keep it in overtake mode down this straight and then save it for the other back straight. So let's see then if we can pump in a few good laps and catch up and get the undercut done on some of the front runners. So you can see Magnussen is in the pit, so let's see if we're able to jump ahead of him. Hopefully we are able to. Come around turn 1 then. And yeah, there we go. Job done nice and easy on Magnussen. So that's hopped us up a few positions, although I think he was the one that crashed us out maybe. I'm not too sure. As you can see now, we are catching up to Lance Stroll. We've caught up massively to the back of him, so I really do hope he pits. I really hope he pits, or else we're going to get held up by him. So our teammates in the pits now, so this is going to be a good indication of whether the undercut has worked for us. Coming around the final few corners then, we're going to come into the final chicane. We're going to have to put our deployment right down, and we're coming onto the brakes, and we've caught right up to them. Stroll's in the pits luckily, but Brendan Hartley has stayed out, which is really annoying. Now you can see people exiting the pits. Where we're going to come out, hopefully. Well, Fernando's ahead of us. But hopefully we've jumped some of this pack and we've jumped a load of Renaults there, which is good for us. And we're ahead of the Force India of Perez, which is good for us as well. But we don't have a lot of battery to use, but hopefully we should pick up the DRS coming up here as we lose all aero coming up the hill. It's such a steep hill. And here we go. Should be able to drive clean past him. I'm going to keep it in rich mix. Why are you bothering to defend from us? We're coming through no matter what. Move out of the way, buddy. There we go, aggressive on him, and Fernando's just 5 seconds ahead, so let's see if we can close that gap down. It's going to be difficult,
You've taken 13th place,
but
P13.
It means we should be able to get the undercut working for us. We're just going to have to manage the tyre wear towards the end of the race. So as you can see, we're catching up to Fernando. He's stuck behind everyone else, and the traffic in this game, well, not the traffic, but because there's not even traffic, but just the slow cars that haven't pitted yet get in your way so much around this track. And on this game actually, they're so hard to overtake the AI, which is good to see. But we're going to be coming up to another round of pit stops, probably a few more cars in the pits. And you can see we've got to reduce the ERS deployment, we've got no battery, but we're on to the back of Alonso and Ricciardo, so we've been thrown back into the mix of this race, which is good. And we've got a few cars in the pits. So hopefully we can get us a few more points back in our court. But we are going to have to watch out for the tyre wear towards the end of this race. And Nico Hulkenberg here, who's going to come out ahead of us if we're not careful. Use that ERS just to get the overtake done before our Rouge. There we go. Let's start to stretch the lead then. Where's Hulkenberg going to go? He's going to go to the outside. We're going to try hold it up the inside. We're running out of battery here on the brakes as late as we can. Try keep it ahead of the Renault driver, which we're doing. Fernando Alonso is trying to get past Ricciardo there in the Red Bull. Our rivals right now, really. But we're now secure in 8th place. But I think there's a few more cars ahead to pit, maybe. There's a big group up there. Are they stuck behind someone or are they battling? I can't tell. But we clipped the wall there. As close as you like. I'm going to have to start saving up some ERS. Because we don't have a lot in our battery to sort of attack or defend with, which is not good. Here we go then. Pick up the DRS and the overtake mode on Fernando Alonso. But we are still far back. We're a bit too far back to get the overtake done, so we're going to follow him through, see if we can catch up on this next lap, maybe get ahead of our teammates. We need to beat him in our rivalry. So as you can see, Alonso's now ahead of Ricciardo, which is not good because they're both our rivals in the championship, but we're right with them, I guess, so it's not too bad thing. But they're coming back at each other, going side by side through the final chicane. Look at them side by side on exit as well. We're going to pick up the DRS and then battling is going to help us out, really. Maybe we can clear both of them. Maybe they'll take each other out or something like that, which isn't going to be good for McLaren if Alonso's out of the race. But go a bit deep into turn 1 there. Going to use all the battery we can on this straight to try and get up to them. They're still battling. But I wonder if they're closing up on the Ferrari ahead of them. I think it'll probably be Kimi Raikkonen up ahead of them. But I've got it in overtake mode. They've held each other up over the straight. I need to find another gear. We don't have another gear, but we're going to go for a double overtake on Fernando Alonso and Daniel Ricciardo. Both of our rivals come with the inside, trying to give them space. What has happened there? Let's take a replay. I hope I haven't caused anything up the inside. Let's take a replay of that. I thought I was clear of them as I went to go through the next corner. As we come at the inside here, let's take a look then. Up the inside. And we've just clipped Fernando into Ricciardo. Can't go 3 wide round there. So do you guys think I deserve a penalty for that? I mean, I don't think I've got a penalty for that. But as you can see, we hold our line, and I thought I was clear there. And then if we take a look from Fernando Alonso's point of view, shall we? If I can find it, there we go. Let's take a look then of Fernando's point of view. He's up the middle. He tries to break around the outside. There's just no room. It's absolute chaos through there. I don't think we did much wrong, but let me know what you thought in the comments.
Okay, clear.
So getting back on action then, we've got Fernando behind us. Again, let me know what you thought of that incident in the comments. Was it should I be due a penalty? The stewards haven't deemed that we need a penalty, which is lucky for us because it was a bit of a racing incident, I think, trying to go 3 wide on there. But let's see then. Let's see if we can save up some of the battery. Keep on pushing. Will we be able to catch up to Kimi Raikkonen, or will we have to start thinking about saving fuel and everything to defend from Fernando behind, who's obviously got fresher tyres than us? So here we go. We're going to be in trouble as Fernando Alonso is going to try and overtake us. He's going to go for the outside line. He's got the DRS. Can he get the job done again? We're going to hold it up the inside and we get the job done. Keep him at bay, and I think every lap Fernando is going to come at us, so we're going to have to see if we can catch up to Kimi. I mean, I'm going to put it into low deployment, save up some ERS for when we hit the DRS straight once again, as we get out wide a little bit there. So we are actually catching up to Kimi Raikkonen, so me and Alonso could pick up another place. Remember that I do need to get 5th place, I think it is, in the race in order to meet our team's objectives. So let's see what we can do. Here comes Fernando. I don't think he's going to be able to get the job done into the final corner. We just don't have the straight or the ERS deployment left at the end of the lap, either of us, to defend or attack. So it's all about saving it up. But here comes Fernando. He's right on the back of us. I'm going to stick it into rich mix. So I'm going to stick it into overtake mode. So Rotkin's out the race. Is that going to be a safety car or anything like that? Nothing's been announced yet, but we've got Fernando. He's stuck right behind us, so maybe he didn't pick up the DRS or something like that. I don't know what happened, but didn't come under attack that lap, so I can save up the ERS a little bit more. But we've got Kimi ahead of us. who's actually going quite slowly, so we might be able to catch up to him. This undercut strategy's worked a treat for us today. Here we go then, right on the back of Kimi Räikkönen as we're approaching the end of the penultimate lap and then obviously going on to the final lap. We've got a little bit of fuel, got a little bit of ERS as well to try and keep up the pace. So, can we get Kimi Räikkönen coming on to the final lap then? We are going to pick up the DRS coming around the final few corners, so this could be good for us. This is an opportunity to take 5th place. I'm going to whack it up into Rich Mix on the final lap then. Can we get Kimi coming around turn 1? There we go, picking up the DRS hopefully for the next straight. We're a bit far off, but if we can close them down, we've got overtake mode. We should get the DRS too, which should help, which would be good for us if we get it. Yes, we're going to get it. This is an opportunity. Come on, let's do it. Oh, we're a bit far back. No! We're too far back on Kimi, but we've got the rest of this lap too to do it. So let's keep on pushing. He's going so slow around here. This is our opportunity. He's going so slow. Use the Rich Mix overtake mode. Oh, not going to be able to do it. Oh, come on, side by side with Kimi. No. Got on the curb there. That cost us. Gonna have to watch out for Fernando as well. It's all kicking up as we get out wide a little bit.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
So apparently our tank is empty. Gonna go for overtake mode. Got the no, we don't have the DRS. Got the ERS overtake mode. Got the slipstream. Got Rich Mix. Got everything we've got to throw at it. Come on, this is going to be marginal coming to the end of this race. We're going to run out of ERS if we're not careful. Can we do something? Coming into the final corner. Up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. Side by side, very, very aggressive there. Can we do anything on exit? Got the ERS. Not the DRS. No, I couldn't get my words out. We picked up the DRS, but didn't pick up 5th place. That is really annoying. But what an end to that race. At least we beat Fernando Alonso, our teammate. But 6th place. Whew. A good recovery, and that was an intense end to that race. If I could have got the car into hot lap mode, then maybe we would have got the acceleration to get past Kimi Räikkönen. But a good result in the end for us, so let's take a look at the results. Right then, you can see Sebastian Vettel took the win from Lewis Hamilton and Bottas, and then Verstappen, our championship rival, in 4th, and then we got 6th, and Fernando got 7th. Where was Ricardo? 10th place. So after that little incident with the 3 of us, he actually lost out a little bit. So take a look at the standings. We're still in 6th place in the standings. Now Verstappen is 15 points ahead of us, so we can start to close him down hopefully. And Kimi Räikkönen only 19 points ahead, so maybe, just maybe, we can get 4th place in the championship. Take a look at the constructors then. Oh, Red Bull are pulling out a little bit more, so we need to start picking up the development and getting ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. Right, so taking a look at the rivalries, then you can see we're leading the rivalry of Fernando Alonso and losing to Daniel Ricciardo by 1 point. So we can win both these rivalries, which would be good for us as we get through these pages. Let's take a look at the reputation. We've grown with reputation with a lot of teams. Oh man, I don't know if we have to get ourselves a Ferrari drive or Red Bull drive for next year, so we'll see what happens. But for now, that's it for this episode, so I hope you did enjoy. If you did, remember to smash the like button, share it around with your friends, and do subscribe for more F1 2018 and MotoGP content. So we will see